Hello everybody, it's Stephanie again, and since I did a Fun Friday on Tuesday, I decided to use Friday to do a video. Got a couple things to discuss with you, HG things, but I want to get through this little bit of Huntington stuff. Alright, so then I'll discuss a couple Huntington's topics too. And you can see I have 4 sticky notes and a big page to get done with, so be patient with me. Yes, okay. So let me start with the sticky notes. I just knocked over my pitcher of iced coffee. The whole thing poured out all over the fridge, and I had to mop it all up. It took like 20 minutes to clean up, and so I haven't knocked something over like that in a while, so I was overdue. Let's see. Then also, Charlene's washer dryer is like, they have this a little gap on the side, and I got a sock that fell down through that area, and I'm like, oh man, how am I gonna get that? There's no way I can reach it. And then I remembered I have my little gopher that it got, so I just used that, got that sock out, and I'm glad I have the gopher, and I know it will become more useful in the future too. Okay, so that's done. Okay, yes, and keep whacking my elbow on the doorknobs. I know, tell you guys this a lot. So, yes, it'll be so nice, and however long it is when we get to finally move into our new house and have no doorknobs and no doors that close on me. Okay, so this can, okay, so I'm going to save that for, okay, poked my eye with my glasses. You guys, I don't know if any of you have ever done this, but you're going to put your glasses on. Oh yeah, poke right in the eye. So it didn't feel very good, and I'm going to try not to do it again. Alright, I got a bag of I went to get a prescription, picked it up, and they always put it in this little paper bag. So I usually tear the receipt and stuff off and then put the medicine here on my little night table. And I was like, well, where's my medicine? And I had ripped the top off of the bag and put the whole thing, including the medicine, in the trash. So, yes. All right. Yes, I fell finally when I was running. Thankfully, I didn't even remember to tell you guys because I was not going very fast and it barely skinned the knee, but I was like, wow, I'm really overdue for a fall. So at least I got it out of my system, hopefully. All right. Yes, and I keep tripping up the stairs. There's only one little set of stairs, but of course I stupidly just decide, oh, I'll still carry up the giant file box that I have up the stairs with my slippers on that are falling off my feet. So I knew, yes, but again, no stairs when we move. Okay. Okay. Oh, yes. So it's getting harder for me to figure out how to get the shirts on. Like, I always pull them over my head and put my arms in, but I keep like putting it on. It just takes me a long time to lay it out right, and then sometimes I'll still get my head into it and like have a really hard time making sure it's pointed the right direction. So that's been more consistent. It takes me a longer time to get a shirt on. Okay, yes. Oh yes, and the egg crate that we have to pull out the eggs is also like really hard to pull the egg out of the carton, because it's like I'm always afraid I'm going to drop it, and I have been dropping eggs more, and it's a little bit weird now when I crack my egg. It takes, yeah, sometimes I crack it too hard or too soft, so that's okay. Yes, walked into the door frame. Okay, we're almost done with. Yes. Oh, yes, and I have 2 cups, plastic cups I saved from Starbucks, and I use them for my coffee and milk and juice now. So every time I bring a drink in, it's always got the lid and straw on it, which is really preventing my, spills in my room. But I was gonna put them where they go in my cabinet in the pantry, and I forgot and brought them back in my rooms. Okay. Yes. And I accidentally signed up for the wrong screen. I always know I'm supposed to sign up for the right screen, but I was doing it too quickly and ended up doing it the wrong way. So, yeah, and that's the first time that's ever happened, because normally I'm really good about it. But now there's more services, and it goes for 2 weeks, so it's a little more complicated. Okay, yes. Alright, I think that's everything. Hold on. Yes. Yes. Okay, yep. So now the two points of discussion. So I've noticed in the last year or two, I have a tendency to overreact. When somebody write something or whatever that I get pissed off about, and unjustified. For instance, there was a girl, my friend on Facebook, who had instant messaged me something, and I got super offended with what she had said, when I wrote that email to the worship leader. So I'll say something and how dare you, and then realize they explained to me what their heart was, and I realize this has been happening more. So I'm sure that is a part of the Huntingtons, just to go off on somebody and then oh yeah. But it's good in humility and making amends, because I get to apologize to the people for overreacting, but that's just becoming more consistent. Okay, now this thing I'm very frustrated with, forgetting what I am talking about. I went out with my dad. Dad, I had a great time with you. I love us together. So, yes. But while we were having dinner, it happened to me over and over and over again. And I just couldn't even remember. So he reached across and held my, hand and said, "It's okay, let me have my moment of just crying." Because it's that one, it just makes it feel more oh yeah, this stupid disease is still having its way. And that's usually, it's hard, because if I'm talking with them and I have a thought, but I don't want to interrupt what they're talking about, that's when it usually happens. So I'm thinking I might start having a piece of paper in front of me. If someone is talking, I could write down my thought and then not forget about what I was talking about. So, okay, I think that's everything. I just make sure. Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. And the song that I felt is for today is Lauren Daigle, "Here's My Heart." Alright, and the devotional is awesome, of course. And there's only 42 more days until Juniper comes, and she can count to how many days it is now, so it's awesome. And yes, okay. The title of this is Just His Touch. As many as touched him were made whole. Mark 5:56. Many of us try to have a regular quiet time, as we do, so may each of us touch at least the hem of his garment and receive wholeness in the matter for which we seek him. It's Matthew 9:20. One knows when this has occurred. It is the day when something happens that is different from just reading our Bible or devotional book, or even just praying, asking for a thing. We touch him, and all is changed. What happens, and who can tell me, who can tell how it happens? We only know that something has passed to us. For example, courage to do a difficult task we feared, patience to bear with one particular trying person, inner strength to go on when we are sure we could not, a sweet freshness in our spirit, complete inner happiness, deep flowing peace. God's way of passing by, of letting Him come near us, is to take some single word in His book and make it breathe spirit and life to us. Then, relying on that word, meditating, feeding our soul on it, we find it is suddenly possible to go from strength to strength. True, there is always some new, even daily challenge in our lives which calls for revitalized faith, and we can choose to go on with God, but He always passes by. There is always the word waiting in His book, which will be a fight to the end. Paul calls it the good fight of faith. But full provision is made for victory in that fight. And so, whether we struggle that engages us has to do with our inner life or our outward circumstances, there is nothing to fear. For your Father has been pleased to give you His kingdom. Luke 12:32. We need never, and by His grace, we shall never be defeated. Our Father, we believe, we see it now. We always want you to do something for us, or at least to clear the way so we can do it for ourselves. And you want to do something in us. Now we see that you want to come with your word and your powerful spirit and splice them together with our words and our spirit. We have wanted answers. You want us to become one. Thank you for your unending patience with us. All right, everybody, you are officially caught up, and I'm looking forward to church tomorrow and Sunday, so I'm going to say have a great weekend, because it is still Friday, and yes, hope you guys are having a blessed week, and I will talk when I have more to say.